Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Women Are Worthy show. We want to remind everyone, let's get rid of housekeeping. Let's get rid of this whole housekeeping thing. If you want to join our tribe, you must subscribe. I'm so happy I came up with that little don't doey. Um, we're having technical difficulties, so if you're hearing this cracking sound, we're going to speak above the cracking sound. I guess this storm has done a lot of things. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to continue with the interview. Now, I discovered, listen to me taking credit for this woman. I discovered this wonderful woman on social media. So, the Women Are Worthy show, we have the honor of speaking with Miss Kat Ostroumova. Am I saying it correctly, your
Yes,
last name?
you're so good.
Yes. So, one might ask, basically, Kat has a story to tell. However, she chooses to tell her stories pretty much with positivity, and she wants, where she stands out. Because usually, when people are going through things, it doesn't stand out. It's the same old, same old. This woman, this beautiful, gorgeous, beautiful woman, was born in Russia. She now resides in Toronto, Canada. And at the age of 17, she was diagnosed with hypothyroidism,
It's
which is an overactive
hyper.
not hyper, which is an overactive thyroid disease that causes the heart to beat fast and irregular. And the person, sometimes you feel nervous, you're weak, and there's various symptoms. We want to talk about this because when I'm telling you this lady is gorgeous and she's a fitness model, come closer. She's a fitness model, y'all. Look at this. So we want to talk about this. We want to talk about the seriousness in this. So without further ado, the Women Are Worthy show welcomes Kat to the show. Hi, Kat.
Hi, Jacqueline. Thank you so much for having me. What an introduction. Thank you. You're so
Oh
sweet.
my God. And before we ask any questions, I need you to speak up a little louder, or turn your volume up a little louder. But I want you guys to know I mentioned that, and I keep saying that she's gorgeous and she's pretty. I'm not just talking about on the outside, I'm talking about on the inside. So what you're looking at right now, she's triple that on the inside. Okay, Kat, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, you did a great introduction in the way everything kind of began. But the hyperthyroidism was turned into hypothyroidism, which is an underactive thyroid disease because of an unsuccessful treatment. And so with that came a lot of hurdles and a really, really long transformation journey, which led me to where we are now.
So so when you found out you had this, let's talk about the most common misconception about this.
The most common misconception about thyroid disease, whether it's hyper or hypo, is that people think that there's nothing wrong with you. When you say, like, I'm too tired, I am depressed, I have no motivation, I don't want to do this, I just feel really lethargic, they just automatically think you're lazy, right? But they don't understand that there's something going on inside of you. So it's an inside disease rather than an outside. So a lot of people are suffering in silence because no one really understands it. And the main side effect of the disease and a symptom is weight gain, but there are a lot of people who don't gain the weight, or they're not like very overweight where it doesn't look that healthy. So again, people have a misconception. They're just thinking, oh, you're just overweight because you just eat bad or you don't exercise enough or whatever it is, right? But it's not even that, because even some things that even if you are eating clean or if you are working out, there's a certain diet for hypothyroidism. There are certain workouts that you should not be doing when you have hypothyroidism. So it's a silent disease, which absolutely drives me crazy because so many people, especially women, suffer from it and they just feel alone, and it sucks. It's terrible.
So here's a question, because if someone is going through menopause they're exhibiting some symptoms. So what are the symptoms people should look for? Because if you're going through menopause or the change, it sounds like the symptoms can be similar. So what are the symptoms people should look out for? Because normally when I see someone who says they can't lose weight, they mention their thyroid. So what symptoms can you speak to this?
Yeah, so number one, you said it definitely is delayed weight loss, so super slow metabolism. Like people say, oh my God, like if I eat cake tonight, I'm going to be 10 pounds heavier tomorrow. And you're like, they're exaggerating. With like thyroid patients, it's actually true because your body inflames. So it's not like you gained 10 pounds, but you just, your body is just having a lot of inflammation because it's not turning the proteins and carbs. It doesn't metabolize it properly. As opposed to a person that doesn't suffer from that disease, you feel fatigue, you feel cold, you feel tired, you have loss of hair, you're prone to urinary tract infections. You're prone to whenever you get sick to get a lot of cough as well. And you just have like zero energy, zero sex drive. You feel very unmotivated. And then it's like if you want to go to the gym, you kind of can't because you can't really get up and do anything because you're done. And then if you no matter what time you wake up, no matter how much sleep you get, by around like 1-2 o'clock, all you want to do is sleep. So you're super tired all the time.
So what are you doing because when you and I talked, we don't have a face for this disease. And I think, as you mentioned, because people do not see you looking sick, that, oh, it's no big deal. So what other myths do you want to dispel about this? Because we really need to get this out there to the masses.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that this is a real disease. It is a big problem. Unfortunately, doctors don't tell you the right diet to follow. They don't tell you the right supplements and vitamins that you should be taking to boost up your immune system, to boost up your thyroid production of the thyroid hormone. They don't tell you on what kind of exercises you should be doing, right? So with that comes a lot of things that you need to be doing aside from just taking a pill, which is called Synthroid, to support the production of your thyroid hormones. And again, clean eating, one thing, but there are certain types of foods that you should not be eating with hypothyroidism, even though you think that they are clean, right? Working out, there are certain workouts that you should not be doing when you have hypothyroidism because you don't want the workout to really exhaust you. You want the workout to give you energy, right? But again, with hypothyroidism, you're already lacking the energy. So you don't want to take that away from yourself even more. So the misconceptions are like, oh, you just need to eat clean. You just need to work out. It's all going to be okay. Like my doctor said, you just need to take the Synthroid pill and just go for a walk every day. No, because then I found myself being like 40 pounds heavier and I was at like 183 pounds at my heaviest. And for me, that's heavy from what I'm used to. And then feeling like crap every day and not even knowing why I feel like that and kind of brain fog all the time. But all I'm supposed to be doing is taking one Synthroid a day and going for a walk daily, right? So huge misconceptions where doctors don't even really help. And I just find it ridiculous.
So what did you have to do in order to lose your 80 pounds?
So I was obviously on the one pill a day for thyroid to regulate the production of the hormones, but I also took the right supplements that support the production of the thyroid hormones, so the T3 and T4. I've also taken the right supplements to support and boost my immune system that goes hand in hand with the thyroid supplements and vitamins. Of course, diet was key. I had to figure out the right diet. It was by trial and error because certain things, for example, I always give this as an example. So soybeans, like edamame, right? You think it's healthy. It's a healthy alternative snack if you're just watching TV instead of eating candy or chips. You just, steam some edamame and you just eat them. And it's great. For a regular person who doesn't have a thyroid disease, it's great. But it's soy. And
Yeah.
soy is a huge no-no to somebody that's suffering from hypothyroidism because it stops the production of your thyroid hormone. So you're taking the pill, you're taking the supplements, and if you're eating soy, then there's no point of taking anything because it stops the supplements, the pill, and everything else from working in here. So stuff like that, right? So it was a lot of trial and error with the right diet. Same thing with workouts. Like HIIT training is not a good approach to people with thyroid hormones. You want to have like less cardio, low intensity stuff. HIIT once a week is good, but every single day it's not good. Running for like more than 20 minutes and sprinting, not good, right? So you want to have a balance of resistance training, less kind of cardio, maybe HIIT once a week, nothing too crazy, nothing too rigorous that stresses you out.
What about
Also
weight
cortisol
training?
levels.
What
Sorry?
about weight training? Weight training.
Absolutely. Weight training is awesome. So a little bit of cardio, a little bit of weight training, incorporate that every day. That's amazing, but nothing too crazy where you're out of breath, you're sweating too much. Like if it's adding stress to your body, that means that it's adding stress to your thyroid gland as well. And then that in turn harms it.
So if you were let's say you were the ambassador for this, what three things would you like the world to know? And what two things, resources would you like in order to help further this mission?
So number one is that it's a real disease. So please don't tell people that there's nothing wrong with you. It's just all in your head. Absolutely, that's ridiculous. And then of course, the way to control your thyroid is not just with a pill from chemicals. You have to make sure that your diet is proper and your workout routine is proper. And you absolutely have to incorporate that into your lifestyle.
So what now if you were again the ambassador and you were given, let's say, $30 million to get this going, what would you do?
To get what going? Like
If you're the ambassador and they're like, you know what, you keep saying that we don't have a spokesperson, here's $30 million from the government. We want you to go out to implement something that would help regarding the disease or things that people may need, resource centers and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, actually, that's what I'm initially doing now, anyways, because, I started my own fitness training business, and a lot of my clients are hypothyroidism patients. So I work
Mm.
with a lot of these women who are suffering from this disease, and I'm helping them and I'm educating them. So, coming up with programs that are not just like training and fitness with a meal plan and a workout routine, but it's also an educational booklet where they're learning about the right diet and workouts and supplements to take. Social media campaign where I keep constantly posting things in my stories and in my post about hypothyroidism and just telling my story and just trying to get it out there, to inspire and empower other people who are suffering from this. And of course, if I was giving $30 million, then I would launch a whole marketing thing and go travel from country to country and speak at conventions and podcasts and shows just to get the word out there and just to really let women know that they don't have to suffer alone and that they don't have to suffer at all and that you can take control back from hypothyroidism, right? So if you can believe it, you can achieve it.
Oh, I like that. So, where can one, let's say someone's watching right now and they're suffering from that, how can they get in contact with you? Tell us all your handles.
Yeah, so my Instagram is what I use every single day. I interact with my followers on the daily over there. I answer all their questions. So even if they send me a DM, or they can click the link in my bio, which will take them to my link tree. And the first link there, it says train with me. So that's if you're interested in training and doing a consultation. All my consultations are done on video. I believe in face-to-face communication. So I know all of my clients personally, whether they're one-on-one, obviously training, or online clients. I sit down for an hour on video and we discuss your dietary restrictions, your fitness goals, your health issues, and so on. Like I want to get to know you and your why and your goals and why you're doing this. So they can fill out a form by clicking train with me, and then we'll get back to them within 48 hours. Or they can just message me on my Instagram, and my handle is Kat Ostroumova.
What I love about you on your page is you are so passionate. Your page is very colorful and it's inviting. I love that.
Thank you
But I
so
want
much.
people to you're welcome. I want people to understand the seriousness of this because it doesn't have the talk of the cancer. It doesn't have the talk of, all the other illnesses, the lupuses and things like that. So we want people to understand when you have this, you can lose your quality of life. So can you tell us okay, so before you were diagnosed, what were you going through? And then were you also thinking like, oh my God, I'm going crazy. No one knows what's going on. And can you walk us through that journey, please?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, you're right about the whole thing of your quality of life. So, for those of you that don't know, thyroid is a gland which is right here in the middle of your neck in the shape of a butterfly. And it's basically a mechanism that controls your whole entire body, like including your metabolism and everything else, and how your organs are working and converting fats and carbs and proteins into fuel for your body, so it metabolizes everything, and brain function and everything. So if this isn't functioning at all, then slowly but surely your organs and everything else in your body will start to obviously fail. And that's why thyroid patients have to be on one pill, at least one pill a day of synthroid for the rest of their life, to manage and to support the production of these hormones. Because otherwise, if you start missing your pills, you eventually will end up dying, right? Because your organs will start to fail eventually. So for me, when I was 17, I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. So here I am, a teenage girl, high school, about to graduate, and like I'm having the opposite symptoms, right? I'm hot all the time. I'm sweating like crazy. I can feel my heartbeat in my stomach. And I'm sitting down doing nothing, and it feels like I'm working out like crazy. So everything was overactive in my body, like crazy. My hormones were completely out of whack. I would be happy one day, I would cry the next day. I had no idea what I wanted. Like it was just, I was very irritated by everything and agitated, and it's not me. And I'm just a very calm person. So my mom actually, noticed it, and she said we should get this checked out because there's something clearly wrong. And I felt very confused. Like I had no idea what is wrong with me, right? Again, because nobody talks about, like,
Mm-hmm.
I've never even heard about it, right? So we went to the doctor, did a few blood tests. Sure enough, it was hyperthyroidism. I got put on a pill. Like no research was done, whatever. Like my parents and I, like newcomers to Canada, like we immigrated from Russia, so the perception of Canadian medicine and doctors is like the best thing in the world, and whatever they say, we have to listen to them. So here's a pill. It's gonna lower the production of the hormones, which is gonna regulate your thyroid. All is good. Started taking the pill. Did some blood tests, and then it wasn't working. My body just wasn't accepting the pill, right? So then the next step was overactive iodine treatment. So you go into a hospital, you drink this drink, and you become radioactive. You have to be in quarantine for like 3 to 5 days. Yeah, because like you're literally radioactive. And yeah, they do a test 3 weeks later. It wasn't lowered enough. The doctor said we need to repeat it. So here we are going in again. I have no arguments to say. My parents are making the decisions for me. I'm 17, whatever. I'm listening to what everyone's saying. My dad's freaking out. Our daughter is sick. She's sick and this and that, whatever. So I do it again. 3 weeks later, take the test. My thyroid production, the hormone is gone because they destroyed it, right? Because they overdosed me. And the doctor did warn. He said that sometimes it does happen, but they don't take responsibility for it, of course. And so in turn, he said now she's going to have to take Synthroid for the rest of her life to support her thyroid. But you have to understand that it's never going to go back to normal. So she's going to gain a lot of weight. She's going to feel sad and depressed and tired and da, 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 da. So like I went from being like overactive to the complete opposite. And then here I am, just finished high school, and the weight just started to grow and grow and grow. And the doctor is not telling me what to eat right. So just don't worry, just take the pill, go for a walk, as I said. And and the first side effects of the pill is your hair just starts coming out. I remember being in the shower and just like pulling it like on my hair. And I've always had long hair. And I just like chunks will come out. It's like one of the side effects of this of Synthroid in the beginning. It's fine now, but you're just you're 17, 18 years old, and you're like, what's going on with my life? You know what I mean? And so everything that I kind of wanted to do and feel and like be out there, like I just felt suppressed and like I couldn't do it because like now I'm like overweight, and like I just didn't feel good about myself. So yeah, it sucked.
Well, now you gain self-confidence because what I'm hearing is you took your life back. You took your life back. And it's important for us because sometimes as women, it's not taken seriously when something's wrong with us, but we have to have that gut instinct to say, no, something's not right. And I'm glad your mom, because again, as I said, as women, so it may not have been you, it was your mom
Yeah.
that realized something was wrong. So we have to make sure we're our own advocates. We have to make sure that's important.
Yeah.
So, what jewels would you like to leave people with regards to your business, number one, and number two, what you're going through and what you'd expect? Because let's say, here's a perfect example: someone just got diagnosed with it, and they're watching right now. Please give them some tips.
Yeah. So I had a girl who actually messaged me recently saying that she just got diagnosed and she's freaking out, and she was told she's going to gain weight and she might lose her hair. And I said to her, listen to the doctor in terms of the dose of the pill. You're going to have to take it, but also make sure that you change your lifestyle around when it comes to training. So working out not harder but smarter, and eating right for your thyroid, right? Don't wait until it's too late. It's really hard to lose weight. I mean, I'm the definition of that. And so you want to catch it early, and you want to start taking control of it right away, right away. So because the more you wait, the harder it's going to get, and it's like a vortex that's just going to suck you in, right?
So, how do you feel now? You actually you're not just surviving, you're thriving. How do you feel now? Because you look marvelous, but
Thank you.
appearances can be deceiving. How do you feel?
No, so with me, it's like I wear everything on my face. Like what you see is what you get. If I'm having a bad day, or if something's really wrong, you'll know. Yeah, like it's. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I have a zest for life, and I love waking up every morning and just taking on the day. I've gotten to a point now in my life where whether it's sunny outside or it's gloomy, raining, cold, I don't care. I'm happy, and I'm grateful for every single day. And I'm telling you, like, proper diet and workout routine has done that for me 100%. I feel like it just gives me life. It just drives me, and it gives me motivation. It releases endorphins, right? So it makes you really just feel happy and feel good about yourself, right? And then of course, when you see yourself in the mirror and you're satisfied with the way you look, or you're satisfied with your progress, that motivates you even more to keep going, to getting up again, to doing it all over again, to keep pushing yourself also.
It's more pep to your step, in other words. You because it's almost like when you're wearing clothes, but then when you put on those high heels, you walk a certain way because you're walking, but then when you put those high heels on, your chest, your boobs are
Yes,
it's almost,
exactly.
it's confidence. It really is
It is.
confidence, and people need to understand that. And what I like about you, you promote sisterhood, you promote empowerment, you promote giving information out. So, Kat, I'm here to tell you, we welcome you to the Women Are Worthy tribe because I see what you're doing. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I didn't say it before, but let me say it now. I hope I don't get in trouble.
Tell me
I
everything.
I was stalking you, okay? I was wait, because it looks like you're about to call the police. So wait a minute, okay?
Never.
Wait a minute. I was stalking you on social media because when I, landed on your page, I'm like, wait a minute. It was like, scrolls, let me look. And then just listening to your spirit, your heart, your presence, your positivity, what you're all about. Because right now with this coronavirus, a lot of people are not working out. Okay. They've gained the COVID, not 19, the COVID 29 pounds. They don't know
Yeah.
what to do with themselves. And, right now you're like, because I wasn't one for online training. I am the type of person, I need to be in not necessarily a gym, but a boot camp. I have to be around people. I can do the
Get it.
treadmill at home, but I need to be around people. That's just my personality, because then the trainer will push me,
Yeah.
but because of COVID, people are afraid to go. So we have to now create, okay, what are we going to do? Either we're going to suck it up and do an online training, and there's so many online trainings out there, it's ridiculous, which is in a good thing. But you have to find the one that fits for you. That, because I know so many people that have treadmills, and I'm trying to buy one right now where their clothes are hanging on the treadmill. Okay,
Yeah, I know.
they're not
I know.
using it.
And it's
So you're
yeah, it's
spending.
good that you're saying that because I completely agree with you. There's so many trainings out there, and diets like keto and Atkins and Weight Watcher, like whatever. But listen, they all work. Okay, they all work, but they fail you because you cannot sustain them, right?
Mhm.
So you have to get a sustainable lifestyle. I always say to my girls, all my clients who are actually called queens, all my queens, that it's not a diet, it's a
It's a
lifestyle. It has
lifestyle.
to be
Mhm.
sustainable, okay? And in terms of training programs, again, they work. But how can you give somebody one kind of a training program?
One
If
size
one
fits all.
No, I don't believe in that. Like literally all of my training programs are completely 100% customized to my client's body composition, goals, dietary restrictions, fitness level, like everything, right? And obviously equipment, no equipment, and so on. So I agree with you that it's very hard to work out at home on your own, and you'd rather be at the gym right now or with people or in a boot camp or whatever, even if it's outside. But these are the times that we live in. We have to unfortunately adapt to these
Mhm.
changes, even though they're not good changes. We have to have hope and hope that everything happens for a reason, and maybe something good will come out of this. But if not now, then when are you going to take control of your life, for you, for your health, for your lifestyle, for your mind? And instead of letting this COVID BS get to you, and make you feel down, you gotta say, no, I'm gonna start taking care of me, for me. So I'm gonna be ready for when I'm going to come back out into the world. When the world opens up, I'll be ready for that, right? So I always say, where there's a will, there's a way. If your why is big enough, you will do it. Even if you have to train in your bedroom, in your living room, on your kitchen floor, it doesn't matter, because if you want it bad enough, you will do it.
And you're right, because what happens is if you don't do it now, the pounds are going to creep up. And by the time this COVID is over, you're up Doodoo's Creek.
And it's
You
hard
know?
to lose weight. It's very hard. It's frustrating as hell. Hell.
And it's the older you get, it's even harder,
Yes.
because I'm on this thing with my girlfriend, one of my tribe members, where we're doing this week, we're exercising, but we're also doing, I implemented and I said, we need to do 50 squats a day. This first week, we're doing 50.
Good
Then,
for you.
so last night I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so we did it at 11, and I just woke up at 3. I did another 50. So I told her we're going to have to do 50 tonight, and we're going to, thank you, Tammy, and we're going to have to do 50. So this whole week we're doing 50. Next week we're doing 75. Because I remember when I used to do those squats, I'm one of those black girls that don't have no booty. Okay. And I have no problem. No, when I'm walking, I just make sure, because I got the boobs, but I'm like, I like do the moon dance so people can't see the back of me, right? So
So
of
let
course,
me tell you something. Squats are not necessarily going to build you a booty.
Well, what I've been doing is now I know with weights, doing the and you can talk. We can talk about this too because now I'm also doing weights where doing squats with the weights and things like that, and I'm doing the thing when you're standing on when you're kneeling on your leg and you're putting the kickback, the kickback. I'm doing that as well. But what I'm doing is I wanted because I want to build my quads back up because when I
Okay.
was younger, they used to call me horse legs. I loved it because
Love
my
it. Love nice muscular legs as a
yes,
woman.
where
Yes.
people didn't like it. So that's what I appreciate Serena Williams because she's so muscular. So now women are not they're not, kind of nervous about their legs being muscular, so to speak. So this week we're gonna do 50. Next week we're gonna do 75. The following week, 100. So we're doing it slowly
Good for
and
you.
doing certain things. So what exercises? Because girl, I'm not even gonna stand up and show you my booty because I'm flat like a pancake. I'm flat you just flat like this. Because my husband,
Listen,
he says, I didn't marry you for your booty. I married for your bosoms. And I'm like, I'm very embarrassed about that. He's like, honey, you don't have it back there. But he's telling the truth. So I am going
so
to
cute.
build up. My anniversary is in October. I'm going to build that booty back up because even when I was at my best weight, at one point I had like a 4-pack. I was trying to get a 6-pack, trying to get a 4-pack, but my booty, my legs were phenomenal. My arms,
Yeah.
a girl
Well,
is
it's genetics, right? Some people are born. Some women are just born with that booty, and some are not. And you have to work hard, and you have to build
not.
it. But you will. You will build it.
Don't make me feel good because the women in my family have booty. I'm the only one that missed the booty line. Okay, I missed the booty line.
You can definitely build it. But let me tell you something. So number one is complex carbs are your friends. So like brown rice and sweet potato should be incorporated into your diet every day if you want to
Mhm.
build that booty for
Okay.
sure.
Well, wait a minute, 1 second, and I want you. Okay, Tammy, I'm not playing with you, Tammy. Don't tell me I'm not missing much because she's phenomenal. She does branding. She talks to people about well, not branding. She comes in to basically for diversity for companies, helping companies with this whole diversity, which is much needed. She's talking about because she's built really nice. She has the balls, the audacity to post in here that I'm not missing much. Says the woman who has a lot of junk in her trunk. Continue, Kat, because I'm not playing with Tammy. Go ahead, Kat. Let's continue our conversation.
So definitely you have to eat your protein and your carbs. You have to add carbs into your diet. And women are really scared of carbs. They're good for you. Trust me, I eat carbs every day. And I have been eating carbs all throughout my fitness journey. Another thing is with squats. Squats are great for overall, but especially for legs, like hammies and your quads. But if you're really just focusing on building a booty, you want to do kickbacks, as you said.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
good to add a little resistance. So resistance bands, like booty bands, that are really in right now. It's awesome.
Yes.
Also, you want to do Bulgarian split squats. Okay, those are killer deadly. So they're like a split squat, like you're like in the lunge position,
Do you
but your
want to step
back
back and
leg
show
is
me? Do you want to
raised
step
on
back
a
and show
chair
me?
or a bench. What's
Do you want
that?
to step? Do you want to step back a little and show me what you're talking about, or you can't do it right now?
Oh, I don't think I can do it right now.
You can't.
But
Okay. Okay.
so Bulgarian split squat, and also hip thrusts. So those three: kickbacks with the band, hip thrusts, and Bulgarian split squat is the three ones that you need to build a nice booty.
Okay, so Katrina Hurt says, "Oh my God, amazing!" She said, "Tammy," she says, Kat gives amazing plans and workouts." Katrina, thank you,
Yay! Thank you,
Katrina.
Katrina.
That's what I'm talking about. And
She's an awesome client.
I can tell. And Tammy says, "Child has a booty all my life." And she said, "This shit is heavy." Look, Tammy, I'm gonna block you because when it comes to the booty, I don't think you have any. You cannot talk about it. Ain't nothing, especially when you have it. So she has booty and boobs. So I'm not trying to listen to Tammy. So I'm blocking her right
Lucky
now.
her.
She's gonna be put on mute, okay? Because she has a phenomenal body. So we're not listening to her. For those out there who don't have a booty and who understands what I'm going through, I need y'all to hear what I'm saying. And because the misconception is black women have booty. Well, I ain't got no booty, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm self-conscious about my booty. Okay,
Well, let's build it
so
for you. We can get that booty back.
well, I have to. So Tammy posts a comment that I'm not even reading because I told her I'm gonna mute her. Okay, so it's almost like walking in and having everything and then giving advice with people who don't have what she has. But so I'm gonna, because what I'm doing is I love brown rice. I'm vegan. I love brown rice. I love the Japanese sweet potato, the purple ones.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the one I prefer. I don't like white potatoes. I don't like that really. I love brown rice. I love wild rice. And for me, I've noticed my weight will come off like when I'm doing cardio. You know, cardio works best for me. And when I do the HIIT training with my boot camp, it's 30 minutes, excuse me. And that's including cool down and warm up and warm down.
Yeah.
So, but it takes me longer to drive to my boot camp than to actually do the boot camp. So I'm working. So I want to do some stuff from home because we've been having bad weather, ice on the road. So I don't want to make that an excuse. And plus, I got a photo shoot March 24th. So
Ooh.
mama got to be, girl, mama, it got to go. Okay. So for me in the morning, I drink my celery juice and stuff like that. And just opening up my whole body, just drinking my
Good for
celery
you.
juice, and I drink lots of tons and tons of water. So for me, I know what to eat. It's just that I just need to just do more cardio. Get more things.
Well,
Get it.
do more cardio for overall weight loss, but if you're trying to build a booty, you got to slow down on that cardio.
Well, I'm listening to you because I'm going to do that stuff at home because I have my resistance band.
There
And
you
one of the
go.
things, okay, let me tell you what I know was a great workout for me, and I stopped doing it because we all get older, your knees and all that.
Yeah.
Girl, there's this one exercise I hate with the passion. Abs, you can give me ab work to do, but this one exercise I hate. So Tammy, I'm going to read your question, okay? So Tammy says, "I hate cardio. What can she do to reduce her belly?"
Diet. Number one is diet. It could be not necessarily belly fat. A lot of it could be inflammation as well, and
Mm-hmm.
bloatness. So diet is number one key. Alcohol. If you do enjoy drinks, cut it out. Right, cut down or cut it out completely. Again, inflammation, water retention, and belly does not like alcohol at all. And proper foods. You got to check if you are allergic, like inner allergic to certain foods that cause inflammation to your body as well. And cardio, unfortunately, you have to do some cardio. It's not just for your belly fat, it's also for your cardiovascular health, longevity of life, right? Endorphins. So cardio is necessary. You don't necessarily have to kill yourself over cardio. But to lose the fat, you have to do a bit of cardio for sure.
Hillary Wellborn is asking, how long did it take you to get to WBFF stage while working with your thyroid?
6 months. So my first show was in July 2018, and I started prep in January of 2018. So I worked my butt off. Like, I mean, but that was a different. That wasn't like a lifestyle training. That was prep. Like you're prepping for a fitness competition. So it was a lot of cardio, a lot of training every single day, just one rest day a week, and very structured meal plan and so on. So yeah, 6 months.
Well, see, this is where I'm coming to the show where people ask questions and then they're going to be disrespectful. Tammy. So when you mentioned no wine, she says, no wine, no ma'am. And she wants her wine. She says, gets me in my belly, rock until the end.
Listen, it's totally up to you. You can do the wine, like if you do like a plan with a trainer and stuff like that. Like your trainer's not going to tell you you should drink every day, right? So again, what are your fitness goals? If your fitness goals is to get rid of the belly fat, you got to cut down on the wine. Not only is it alcohol, it also has sugar. Okay, so it also causes inflammation. It also causes water retention. It also stops proteins, carbs, and fats from metabolizing in your body. So it just has a lot of negative effects. Can you maybe slow down on the wine and just have it to like once a week with a cheat meal? So it's a sustainable diet, like a lifestyle kind of diet where you're eating clean 80% of the time, and 20% is kind of, on weekends, you relax a little bit, have a drink. Yes. Should you have a bottle of wine in one sitting on Saturday night? No, because everything that you were doing all throughout the week,
Wipes it out.
training, eating clean, you're just wiping it all off by having that whole bottle of wine to yourself, right?
Well, here's the thing too, because for me, I haven't drank, to be honest, I don't have wine in my house. I haven't had a glass of wine in God knows how long. And I think tonight I'm going to go home and crack it open. But when I do wine, I do sulfates free wine. And they also have this thing where you can put it into the wine. I think it's Costco sells it. You put it into the wine and it takes the sulfates out of it. So I do vegan wines, but I will definitely look for the ones that don't have any sulfates because that gives you headaches and all that kind of stuff. So I
And
don't.
the sugar also gives you a headache. So I always tell my clients, like, whenever they're having a cheat, like, if you love wine, have your glass of wine. Absolutely. I love wine too. I love red. I love white. I love rosé. I love champagne. Love it. But in moderation, right? Don't overdo it. Stay true to your goals. Is this glass of wine or bottle of wine going to get you closer to your fitness goal, to your lifestyle goal, right? Ask yourself that question. Is it worth it for you, right? And then when I do give my clients cheat meals, I always say, yes, have a drink, have 2 drinks. But if you're going to have your cheat meal and alcohol during your cheat, make sure that you're choosing low carb, low cal, low sugar drinks. So for example, vodka soda, right? So that's a good one. There's 40 calories in a shot of vodka, and soda is 0 calories. And then you can get like flavored sodas and stuff, like, and add a little lemon or lime into it, right? So there are ways to do this, but again, in moderation, because everything in excess is too much.
And see, for me, if I'm going to do the wine, instead of having, because you have those big goblets, and that's a whole bottle of wine. So instead of getting those, get like those little the sherry glasses to put your wine in, and then you can sip that and then maybe you can create something that says, if I lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds, I can celebrate with having, that little sherry glass of wine. Maybe that'll, motivate you.
Yeah, but see, I don't. I like that idea, but I also don't, because it's almost like you're working hard to lose that 5 pounds to only like replenish it with wine. So I like to give cheat meals to my clients, and I have weekly check-ins. So we check in weekly just to see how your diet is going, how your training is going. Like, are you having any pain in your knees or back pain? Should we adjust your training? Maybe change up your cardio a little bit. And then if I see changes in your body composition, because I don't just believe in the scale, I also look at measurements and comparison photos every week to week. So if anything has changed, like the scale or the measurements or the photos, then I definitely put in a cheat meal there. Or if nothing has changed in a while, I will also give you a cheat meal because you might have hit a plateau, right? So you want to shock the system a little bit and kind of get your body working again and metabolism going. So you shock it with a nice cheat meal, and I say cheat with whatever you want. Just don't turn it into a cheat day or a cheat weekend. Just choose one meal, and have your drink. Have 2 drinks if it's like low carb. And then we'll get right back onto it the next day, right? So I do believe in cheat meals because they do keep you sane. If you're not living like in prep, like even me in a competition prep, I have a competition coach who gives me cheat meals like once every 2 weeks. Sometimes it's once a week, depending on my progress. But he also believes in staying sane and shocking the body, but also kind of making you relax on the weekend as well, because you're working so hard, right? So I'm a huge believer in cheat meals and a balanced lifestyle.
Hillary asked, do you offer stage prep? If not, who do you work with?
Yeah, so I have an amazing coach. His name is Nathan Harewood, and he's one of the official coaches of WBFF, which is the federation that I compete in. And that stands for World's Beauty, Fitness, and Fashion. His page is Nate Fitness, so it's N8 Fitness.
Oh, okay.
But there are many other coaches as well, who are all part of the WBFF Federation. So if you send me a DM, I will put you in contact with one of the managers with WBFF, and then she can help you decide the right coach and introduce you to a bunch of them.
You have just been an amazing guest, and now that you don't told Tammy that about the wine, she's saying no, ma'am. So she's probably while she's watching us, she's probably having a glass of wine right now.
Well, cheers to Tammy.
Cheers. And I was drinking my coconut water recently, because I love coconut water.
Yeah, I love
100%.
coconut.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to do that. And but you've just been amazing. I can't wait to get you on Instagram so we can do an Instagram live to get your information out, because I think it's so important for people who have thyroid issues to understand that it's not your head. You're going through something. Get your blood work done.
Yeah.
Because we're our best advocate. Katrina said, "Hip thrusts kill me." I
Oh,
can't wait to Google. I can't wait to Google to see hip thrust, because somehow I'm reading hip thrust and I'm thinking Elvis Presley. So I need to figure out what is this hip thrust that you guys are talking about, because I want to
yeah, no,
incorporate
it's a good
many
one.
different
It's
things.
definitely a killer. It's a burner, but it's good. Like that's, Bulgarian split squats, hip thrusts, and kickbacks are the three that you need to build that booty for sure.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to, and along with my, building the quads and
My dog
everything.
is barking.
I know. So we want to thank you again. Can you give your Instagram page, so for those who want to follow you and contact you to be their coach, can you please do that one more time?
Yes. So my Instagram is Kat Ostroumova. So just my first and last name.
And again, we want to thank you for being on the Women Are Worthy show. Thank you for being so wonderful. Now, for those of you, if you want to join our tribe, please subscribe to the Women Are Worthy Network on YouTube. That little button that you're watching on YouTube, just go ahead and subscribe to the Women Are Worthy Network. And we're going to be giving a lot of information. I hear your dog's like, come on, mommy, come on, mommy. So we want to thank you again, and we want you to have a great day and a great week. And thank you for the
Thank
valuable
you.
information.
Thank you so much. You're amazing. Thank you.
So are you.